What's the happiest fact you know? Fact 1. Green-rumped parrotlets actually give unique names to their children that they keep for their entire lives. In cases where the chicks were replaced and given to another set of parents, names given to those chicks were more reminiscent of their adopted parents than their birth parents. This indicates that different families have unique ways of giving names with slightly different sounds. All this meaning that the naming process is a learned behavior rather than being something biologically instilled. Thus, the parents are literally naming their children. Fact 2. In rabbit culture, it is considered extremely rude to pass directly in front of a relaxing rabbit without booping it on the nose. Rabbits passing each other will touch their noses together. It's how they say hello. Rabbit social behaviors are a fascinating part of what makes them such good pets. Fact 3. Some of the animals removed from the endangered species list in the last few years due to population increases: American alligator, southern white rhino, Siberian tiger, panda, American grizzly bear, gray whale, Steller sea lion, gray wolf, and there's more. Fact 4. Mickey and Minnie Mouse's voice actors are married for over 50 years. Fact 5. The New Guinea worm, which burrows into the skin and needs to be slowly pulled out by twisting it around a small stick, is on track to be the second human disease in history to be eradicated, thanks in part to the Carter Center. Cases went from 3.5 million per year in 1986 to 28 cases in 2018. This will be the first parasitic disease to be eradicated and the first to be eradicated without medication, but with pure education and water filtration. Fact 6. Swiss law dictates that guinea pigs cannot be kept in isolation. You have to have at least 2 so they can have someone to socialize with. Fact 7. Cats headbutt you as a way of telling you that they trust you. Fact 8. I guess it is not inherently happy, but it makes me happy thinking about it. Both Voyager 1 and 2, now as of 2018, are flying in interstellar space. No matter what happens to humanity now, no matter if we all perish tomorrow in a nuclear holocaust, there are still those 2 pieces of us floating through the stars just waiting to be discovered. Who knows? Maybe someday, billions of years in the future, long since humanity has reached its end, some spacefaring race will come across a silly little robot-looking thing the size of a school bus, carrying with it a shiny little golden disc with drawings etched on the exterior of the disc showing how to play it. Playing it, the aliens will be greeted with Bach, Beethoven, Chuck Berry, and different music from around the world. Also, they will have a small assortment of pictures showing our long-dead little world. They will have sound bites of different humans' greetings and samples of our mathematics. It isn't really a lot, but it is still a small snippet of humanity floating through the vast emptiness of space, just waiting for someone to find it and learn just the smallest bit of our story. We made our mark, and as small of a mark as it is, it still could very well outlast us by eons. Fact 9. Assuming they were born blind, blind people smile despite never having seen someone smile before. Fact 10. A man named Jarrett Adams spent 10 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. He spent that decade researching his case and studying the law in the prison library and was able to have his conviction successfully overturned in 2007. He then went to college to earn a bachelor's degree and attend law school, which he graduated from in 2015. He went on to take a case for a man wrongfully convicted of rape in 1990 and was able to get his sentence overturned as well, based off wrongfully identified DNA from a hair sample the FBI gathered at the scene of the crime. Adams now continues to find cases similar to his and uses everything in his ability to prove wrongfully convicted individuals innocent. There will be an article with more information on this case in the description below. Fact 11. Dogs can smell your feelings and learn to respond accordingly. Fact 12. Dogs purposefully sneeze when play fighting to show it's not a serious fight. Fact 13. That the tiger population doubled in the last 10 years in my country. Fact 14. A group of ladybugs is called a loveliness of ladybugs. Fact 15. Some of the best days of our lives haven't happened yet. Fact 16. Penguins mate for life. They also propose by giving their intended mate a rock. Fact 17. There are more museums and related organizations in the United States than there are Starbucks and McDonald's combined. Fact 18. Global literacy rates are rising. Fact 19. Meows are not innate cat language. They develop them to communicate with humans. Fact 20. There is a Ned Flanders themed heavy metal band called Oakley Dokley. Fact 21. Otters have a little pocket in their skin where they carry their favorite rock with themselves. Also, they hold hands while they are sleeping. Fact 22. People that like to laugh a lot live longer. Fact 23. There's a squirrel that learned how to water ski. You go, little man. If he can do that, then I can do anything. Fact 24. Grapekun, the penguin who fell in love with a cardboard cutout and sadly passed away, is now featured in the art of Kameno Friends. He now sits on the same safari vehicle as his waifu. It makes me happy that they're united somehow. Fact 25. Keanu Reeves donates millions to children's hospitals without telling the world about what a good deed he's doing. He's genuinely such a nice guy, and I respect his personality as much as his acting career. It's also nice to know he genuinely loves his profession. It's amazing what he's done considering all the tragedy in his life. Fact 26. Smallpox was a deadly infectious disease. Was. Fact 27. Cows have best friends and become sad when they are separated. Fact 28. Physical book sales are at an all-time high, and literacy has never been higher. Fact 29. Mice will sing, and rats can laugh. Fact 30. Rick Moranis gave up his acting career so he could be a full-time dad. Fact 31. That Norway knighted a penguin. Fact 32. You have lived through and survived 100% of the worst days of your life. Fact 33. Scientists say that if you're having a panic attack or just anxious, fake a smile or laugh, and your brain will think you're not stressed anymore and the panic will stop. Fact 34. My cat purrs so loud and hard that it makes her sneeze, especially when I come home from a trip. Fact 35. Albatrosses mate for life. Typically, an albatross will be alone for long journeys through 7 to 10 months of the year, mostly living off the fish caught in the open sea and small islands they stop by on their journey. Each year, the female and male albatrosses return to their home island to see each other. They click their beaks together and nuzzle, recognizing each other as a symbol of their love. Fact 36. Happiness is one of the only things multiplied when shared. Fact 37. A baby seahorse will make a high-pitched, excited squeak after finding its first meal. Fact 38. If well managed, the ozone layer will form back. Fact 39. That humankind advanced more in the past 130 years than any time before that. In like the equivalent of a second, if a day was human existence, chances are pretty good that this will happen again as we continue developing. Pretty amazing. Inspiring. Fact 40. Every day, billions of people don't try to murder each other. Fact 41. We finally have a panda population. Fact 42. Cats rub their faces on things to place their scent. They also love to have their faces scratched. Fact 43. As long as we keep saying, today's kids have it so easy, We know we're getting better as a species. Fact 44. Some monkeys in Panama entered the Stone Age. It seems at some point in time, we will be living in the planet of the apes. Fact 45. You're composed of the same stuff that stars create. You're 1-to-1 the same ratio of elements as what is created in most stars, and we're composed of all that material. It makes me feel really connected to the universe when I think of that. Fact 46. This isn't really a fact, but more so a thought. Think about all the times you've fallen in love with a stranger for 5 seconds. That feeling of love for even a brief moment is something that brings you joy. Now, think about how often that happens to you, and you'll realize at some point you've been that stranger to countless people who you don't even know. Makes me smile. Fact 47. Sea bins are now being ordered all over the world. They suck in water and trash. The water is pumped back into the ocean, and the trash stays in a mesh bag for easy disposal. Fact 48. When mammals are happy, they do these things behavioral scientists call joy jumps, which is just like straight leg bounces. They have seen that behavior in rats a lot, and use it to make sure that the tests they are doing are not harmful. Humans do joy jumps as well, more commonly as young children. Fact 49. My 9-year-old son likes it when I pick him up and spin him around a bunch, hang him upside down by his ankles, flip him over my back, etc. before putting him down on the couch. My 7-year-old daughter likes scissors and glue and dinosaurs and birds. Both children are special needs and cannot walk or talk. For the first several years, we weren't sure if my son would make it. The fact that they can now communicate what they like and dislike is a very happy thing. Fact 50. My kids still like me. If you got through this entire video, please feel free to share what's the happiest fact you know. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.